Bam, we're live. Uh-oh, something doesn't seem right. Something doesn't seem right. I don't see a single comment. Oh,
there it goes.
Oh, that was weird. That was weird. Good morning, Kenneth. Thank you for letting me know I'm on planet Earth. I don't know how long ago it was. What's up, Khalib?
Hey, what's up, Sevan?
Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, anytime.
I don't know when it was. Maybe it was like 6 months ago, but I said that it's over. That the whole woke thing is over. They're using racism to fight racism, conflating people's rights to sleep with whoever they want and sexualizing kids. It's over. Convincing people with melanated skin in the United States that the victim mindset and blaming other people is the way. I told you guys it was all over. In a little micro piece of it is what we're going to watch happen at CrossFit Inc. And we're seeing it one by one. They're taking out the racist people, the homophobic people, the people who sexualize kids, all the fucking bad people that in the name of goodness or allowing little schmidgets of that to happen. They're going. Like that phrase, go woke, go broke. It's true. It's almost like if I was a man who believed in good and evil, I would say like evil is being rooted out. It's fucking crazy. It's kind of amazing to watch it happen. I mean, I know I said it 6 months ago, but I really and I believed it, but it's fascinating. And what do I mean by that? I'll give you another example. When I was a kid, when I was a libtard, I thought that affirmative action was cool because what it did was you leave some spaces open for people based on the color of their skin. But that's racism, but they called it affirmative action. They just changed the name of it. That's what woke is. Woke is putting the LGBTQ flag up high in your kid's elementary school instead of in front of the bar. Totally cool in front of the bar. Gays welcome. Love it. I fucking love it. Gays not gay talk not welcome at the school. Straight talk not welcome at the school. Sex talk not welcome at the school. Reproductive talk welcome at the school. Not sex talk. And just the conflation of these things and that idiocy that is people's justification for their own fucking mental retardation. Not okay, and it's being rooted out. It's a joke, by the way, that in our thing it said breaking. It's not breaking. We've known that this lady who's the chief marketing officer for CrossFit Inc. would be gone 4 months ago. It was known. I'm just joking.
Probably right as she was hired, huh?
Say that again?
So probably right as she was hired, huh?
Well, it's funny. She made it to her 1 year mark. I think she's been there exactly a year. But I'm sure that was just to preserve her resume. She wants to, all of these serial executives, all they do is they go from place to 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 place. They put systems in place and they're morons. She hired this company called or someone at CrossFit did. I'm pretty sure it's her, called Sylvain. Sylvain? Started by a guy named Elaine Sylvain, SYLVAIN.com. Sylvan? I don't know what they're called. But Rosa hired her, Hal. Rosa hired her. He hired all the fucking racist, sexist, homophobic people. And why do I call them that? Because the divisiveness that they put in ends up costing the people that they're trying to help. So Black Lives Matter, we've talked about it. It would be ad nauseum, but led to fascinating numbers. But it's done nothing good for people with melanated skin. It's only led to their death. Death. It's so funny, too, that now all these things are coming out. The founder of Black Lives Matter stole $10 million. Who cares? I don't even care about that. It's the fact that they preach the victim mindset on people based on the color of their skin. It's nuts. But Sevan, you're ignoring the historical data that shows that blacks have been oppressed for millions. No, you're enforcing it. It's word fuckery. You're enforcing it. You're the plantation leader. You're enforcing that blacks feel this way. You're enforcing that not only they remember the past of people who had similar colored skin, but you're enforcing that they demand something be relived about it. It's not here, guys. It's not here any more than rapists are still here, and they've always been here. People, you're fucking an idiot if you think that we're not going to judge each other based on the way they look. Which brings me to number, and I'll come back. I'm not done. But which brings me to, I'll come back and talk about the CMO leaving in just a second. But it brings me to, where is it? 328, size doesn't matter. This is really interesting what this lady says, because as much as it's true, it's not true. I want to try to get this lady on the, someone's going to be able to explain this better than me. I want to try to get this lady on the podcast. She's fucking cool. She seems cool. The little bit of an Instagram that I've seen her on Instagram is really cool. But check this out. Size doesn't matter. She's some sort of, and when I say doctor, if she's a psychologist, I use that term loosely.
In examining boys, researchers found that the leaders of boy packs weren't always the biggest. The leaders were the ones who didn't back down from a conflict and defended others. This kind of confidence is the strongest determination of masculinity, even in boyhood. In another study, children were asked to draw their fathers, and children with positive relationships with their dads drew them as larger in proportion to reality. Emotional interpretation.
So those are conflicting ideas right there, right? Of course, like I see what she's saying. It's totally about swagger. There was a fucking 5'2" fucking dude at my fucking high school. He was a junior when I was a senior, and he had such crazy swagger, and he was a fucking pimp. Ryan Nash. Fuck, everyone loved him. The dudes loved him. The girls loved him. He was so fucking cool. And he was only 5'2" and swagger. But that is cultivated differently than the swagger of someone that's cultivated who's 6'2". It might even be better. It might even be better and more authentic swagger if you're 5'2", because you had to find it inside of you. But if you're 6'2", you already have some of that freebie swagger. It's like having tits in the 9th grade. That girl is going to get it. Sorry?
People don't want to mess with you when you're over 6 foot, just on principle alone.
Yeah. It makes total sense. And so I get what she's saying. Size, you can overcome your deficits, and maybe if you maybe you have someone like me who's 5'5" or Colton, and then it's good because in turn it makes you have to cultivate, I don't want to say overcompensate, I want to say cultivate other avenues of stuff that's maybe even non-tangible. It's just some abstract shit, some like just the way you talk, the way you hold yourself, the way you breathe. But being bigger, to say size doesn't matter I get what she's saying. It's not a limiting factor. It's never an excuse. But it does matter. Okay, go on. And I really like her. Okay.
Caused them to view their dads as bigger than they really were, and these children describe their dads as helpful.
And the contradiction part is because look at the kids drew the dads that they thought were cool bigger, meaning that people you could then reverse engineer that and say that people the kids drew the dads bigger because bigger people are cooler. Bigger people are cooler. I mean, I know we could argue that, but that's 51% true. Okay, go ahead. Being big's cool. It's got to be cool. It's got to be fun. It's got to be fun. It would be fun to be a little ant for like a day, like in one of those movies. But being LeBron for 2 days would be better. Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, sorry.
Studies involving women confirmed that the most attractive characteristic on a man wasn't his size, it's his confidence, which was defined by a combination of assertiveness and pro-social behaviors. And the men who displayed confidence appeared larger to women. Women also report being attracted to earning potential expressed through work ethic and confidence rather than the size of the wallet. There's a theme here, people.
Okay, sorry. So that two interesting things there. All the dudes I've ever known who are juiced up appear larger than life. Even my homeboy Travis Bajent, he's 6'1". He walks around like he's 6'10". Everyone thinks he's huge. Everyone in their mind thinks of him as being like 6'5". Hal, your wife is 6'2". That's a fucking jungle gym. That is a jungle gym. Hey, I met this lady the other day on the beach. She was a former Division I softball player. I wish I could remember her last name. Jen Schroeder. I met her on the beach in Newport. I bet you she was 6 foot, and I thought I was mesmerized by her. She had her little daughter on the beach. I had my kids on the beach. We'd meet down there every single day. I ended up actually going out with some drinks with her dad. Former Division I. She's a commentator for ESPN's women's softball. She was so fucking awesome. First of all, she's one of those girls who's really fucking tall, but her shoulders are still back. You know what I mean? She's not like rolled in, hiding the titties and shit. She walks around like this. She was cool as shit. I was mesmerized by her. I told my wife, I'm like, you got to meet this lady. She was so fucking fun to hang out with. She was fucking confident. Which I guess is kind of the flip, right? If you're a tall girl, it might fuck you. If you don't know how to work with it.
Yeah, my wife's
this fucking chick was awesome. What?
My wife's over 6 foot as well.
What?
Yeah, we're both like over 6 feet tall. We're massive people.
Wow.
People don't want to fuck with her.
Yeah. And did she have to learn to work with that? Like in the 8th grade, are you trying to hide that shit?
Yeah, I think she was a little like apprehensive about it when she was younger, but then she realized how good she was at like literally everything. She played every sport. Fucking nobody messed with her. She didn't get bullied. Like,
does she stand straight? Does she have good posture?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, posture's huge. I had this friend in college, this girl, she was so fucking cool, and she had these fucking great titties, and she had always had them. Like, I talked to her about it. She'd had them like from young. And so she walked around like this, like hiding them.
Yeah.
And I just remember, fuck, what? Like, that sucks. I mean, I get it. Like, you don't, like, you're trying not to get that attention, but she should be walking around like this. They were crazy.
You look meek when you do that.
They're still, I know her now, and she's like almost 50, and they're still crazy titties. Say that, yeah, meek, yeah. Well, it sends a message to you implicitly, right? Or maybe it's even explicitly to everyone around you that's like, something's wrong. You're damaged goods.
Yeah, you lack confidence.
Yeah. Okay. So she's saying, what she was saying something here about self-assuredness. Oh, when I remember this girl that I broke up with to be with my current wife. One of the last things she said to me after I broke up with her, and I was homeless at the time. I was living in a car. She looked at me and she goes, "Man, you have such earning potential," and that really stuck in my head. I was like,
I think she makes a very good point. I've never even considered it that way, but it's always, I feel like women are more attracted to men who have like aspirations, who are not, and actually work towards them, rather than somebody who's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go work at the bank or whatever.
Oh yeah. Well, when my wife was writing her book, Breathing with Lily, and she would spend like an hour every day working on it, and I couldn't get her attention. That was the best. I'm like so impressed. I'm so fucking impressed. I think, imagine Sousa's fucking Sousa's wife must love him. I look at Sousa and I just see dollar signs. I wonder if she sees that too.
Dude's an animal.
Yeah, he wants to make, he's got aspirations. Hitch my wagon to Matt Sousa. We're two wagons. We don't have any horses. We're just two wagons. Okay. So cool. Her name is the Identity Doctor. Cool. She's even sprinkles in some pictures of her like in a bathing suit next to, like, I think there's a picture of her next to a Trans Am and a pretty like attractive dress. Could we go to her main page? And she's smart, and you can tell she has aspirations. And let's see, yeah, she's hot. I wonder what she is. Greek, Iranian. What is she? Who told us they bought a Trans Am the other day? They joined the Marines and they bought a.
It was that affiliate owner.
Steve Bart? No, not Nick Sellers.
I thought it was.
Nick Sellers?
Yeah, wasn't it?
That's the dude that got blown up in the in the cafeteria? Yeah,
he said he drives a white Chevy Silverado now, but before he had a Trans Am.
Look at this lady's oh yeah, you're right. This lady like posts like all this like smart shit, and then every like 15 posts there's just a fucking thirst pic with her next to a Trans Am. Fuck.
That's how you get followers, man.
She's cool. need someone to take thirst pics of me. What?
I can only imagine what those would turn out to look like.
Sevan and I agree on the great titties. They're pretty cool. Yeah, even if they're not yours or you can't see them or like do nothing to them, like they're still just like if you have, just they're cool. The answer if someone tells you like what kind of boobs you like is just all of them. Like
yes.
Yeah. Yes. Right. I remember in high school, dudes would be like telling me what, like the guys would be standing around talking about what kind of chick they like. I'm like, the fuck, the one that likes me.
Any chick.
Yeah, the incarcerated, fucking one-legged albino that likes me is fucking hot. Like
whichever one shows interest first, I don't care.
Yeah,
which.
I want a girl with black hair who's tall. Shut the fuck up.
You know all those guys that do the same thing.
The one that will fucking hold my hand and tell me I'm cute. But she likes chubby guys. Fucking down. We have a guy in the comments pretty frequently. His name is Richard Margarine. I don't think he is a CrossFitter. I want to say he's out of Louisiana or Alabama or something. And his sister, I just want to show you his sister's GoFundMe page. He's a regular in here, and his sister needs a heart transplant. That's fucking crazy. And this is her GoFundMe page. I don't know what I'd do at that point if someone tells me they need to fucking switch out my heart. It sounds like a lot, doesn't it?
It's a pretty extensive surgery, that's for sure.
Stephanie Weems. It's a National Foundation for Transplant. Is that a GoFundMe?
I don't know if it's a GoFundMe, but it's
So if you want to go over there, say it again.
It's not a GoFundMe by name. It's a foundation for
transplants. So it's STEPHANIE. New word Weems, capital WEEMS. I don't normally do this. Stephanie Weems. Google her. Go to the National Foundation for Transplant and give her $5 or $500 or I'm so glad I don't need a fucking transplant. I don't want to do any transplant. I don't want a hair transplant. I don't want no transplant.
A friend of mine, or I guess technically my brother-in-law, he had a double lung transplant, and that was like the most.
That's both lungs, and that's all your lungs, right? When you say double, you mean all your lungs.
Yeah, both of them.
There's not like a third or a fourth. It's like, hey, we're gonna take out the thing that you need, the part of your body that takes the air you breathe in and turns it into fucking mixes with the blood that you use to stay alive. We're taking those out and giving you new ones, right? That's those things.
Correct. Yeah, like
they give oxygen to the lungs, right? Or they give oxygen to blood, right? And then take the carbon. Lungs also take the carbon dioxide out.
Correct.
Oh fuck! You can't switch those.
Yeah. So he had a completely transplanted both of them. He's doing really well now, but it's a pretty serious surgery. They basically like crack your ribs open from right below like your nipples and kind of open you up, and then they have to harvest them out. They put you on like some sort of bypass type machine, and that breathes for you and like circulates everything, and then they put in the new lungs, and they have to you got to reattach everything. All the blood vessels got to get reattached. The lungs have to go back to the tubes essentially, and it's extensive.
The thing is with the body, the part I always trip on is it's not like a car, right? I guess some things are like where you can just hook like two arteries up together.
I would say it operates like a car, but it does not have the same like interoperability as a car. Like
what's that mean?
Like if I took the engine out of like a Chevy truck and I wanted to put it into a Chevy car, I could do that, but I couldn't. But like in a human body, it's a little bit more complex. Like sometimes if you do even if you do get it transplanted, sometimes like the body just rejects the transplant. So like if somebody gets a set of lungs, sometimes the body, like even if you do all the testing necessary to match up everything properly and all that stuff, you could say like the lungs could get in there and months or weeks later, the body just says that there's something wrong with it. It's not compatible. And then it rejects it. And you start having like infection. The body doesn't want to, like the lungs don't want to operate properly, all that stuff. So but if you think about it from how the body works in general, you have muscles that operate with fluids, and like you could say that the oxygen is your gas.
I see. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When you graft a plant, so when you put an avocado seed in the ground and it grows, it won't give avocados most of the time. Most of the time, it won't ever give an avocado. But you can take a branch from an avocado tree that does give avocados and cut it off and basically graft it, stick it, shave the edges and tape it to another one, and then it'll start growing.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's the part that trips me out about the body. Like it's part that you just got to get the fucking pieces of flesh up against each other and they'll start doing their magic shit. But it's also the part like it's got to be lined up perfectly. But the lungs seem like, I just think of capillaries and I just think of like being in grade school and them talking about how fucking tiny that shit is. And I fucking can't get my head wrapped around it.
It's like on a microscopic level that like some stuff we just don't even understand yet.
And that shit has to grow back in there.
Yeah, right. I mean, you've got stuff like the liver that'll actually just like grow itself back together, but then you have other pieces of your body that there's no possibility of that.
I saw a video one time. I was watching a video on fasting, and then the next video that came up on YouTube was about liver. And it basically said that if you left your liver alone, you have to leave your liver alone for 4 days. What do I mean leave it alone? Like you can't drink alcohol for 4 days. You can't take Tylenol stuff. There's this whole list of shit you can't do to it. You can't cause it to go into this certain kind of mode. And after 4 days, it'll start rebuilding itself. And if you basically leave it alone and don't fucking abuse it for 9 months, and whatever that word abuse means, you'd have to look up the details, it'll regrow an entire liver as long as you had 10% of it left. So, but once you drop below the 10% mark, you're toast. So it's basically, I was thinking like every few years you should take off like fucking 9 months of like Tylenol, Advil, alcohol.
And I think that's
maybe even coffee.
Yeah. I think people don't really understand the effects of like when they do take Tylenol or ibuprofen like consistently. It can really damage your kidneys. It can damage your liver, all that stuff. And like if you're taking it on a regular basis rather than addressing the problem from like a physiological standpoint, like exercising or going to physical therapy or whatever it is, then you have some long-term problems that you'll never be able to reverse.
Which brings us to long-term problems at CrossFit Inc.
Nice segue.
Thank you. So this lady, she's the chief marketing officer, Erin, and she's quitting or she's being fired. I don't know if we'll ever know the truth, but she's leaving. She's been there a year. This is harsh to say this, but she did nothing. This is a CEO sweater. All the shit at Life is RX is insane, by the way. It's so fucking good. It fits good. It feels good. It's thick. It's quality.
Is it a heavy hoodie or is it like a?
It's like in the middle. It's in the middle. I mean, I'm fucking all geared up. It's fucking so nice. I'm sweating. I'm forcing myself to wear this to advertise it. So this chick, Erin, was brought in by Rosa, clearly woke. Next, it'll be the CFO who's gone, Allison, that interim CEO. She's woke. She's going to be gone. Trish, the fucking HR chick, she'll be gone. The whole fucking DEI council gone. But they're going to have to get rid of all those people. It's coming down the pipe. And I know if you guys are listening, that fucking hurts you guys and scares you. I'm sorry. You could change. You could stop being woke. You could start being a loving, accepting person. You could stop fucking living this lie of like, hey, we need safe spaces, but can't talk about Trump or guns in there because that doesn't make it safe. But you can talk about removing the titties on girls at 9 years old. No, like you're fucked up. You can start acknowledging the fact that it's okay for people on the right to think that aborting babies is killing babies. You just got to start fucking using your brain a little bit. I'm not. I'm not asking you to do anything crazy. You can still be pro-choice as a motherfucker. Just stop. You got to stop lying to yourself and stop switching the words on things just so that they make sense to you. You can't, a vagina belongs to a woman. You just have to roll with that. The problem is that you're defending your delusion in your brain instead of coming out here to the outside world. You have to understand that you're delusional. And it's okay. You can be like, well, the right's delusional about God. Of course they are. Everyone has some fucking fucked up, made up shit that they're doing. But two wrongs don't make a right. So those people are all going to go because there's not going to be a tolerance from the community. It's gone. People were scared to speak up. Now they're fucking speaking up. The revolution started like 6 months ago, and you guys will be weeded out. Also, the thing is you guys don't work. You guys don't actually do anything. The CMO was in office for a year. She did nothing. The fact that the CrossFit Journal, I'm going to tell you a story about the CrossFit Journal. When I was doing the CrossFit Journal, when I was running the CrossFit Journal, it was the greatest publication on the planet if you wanted to know about health and fitness. Not because of the content that I created, but it just was that way. And there was a shit ton of content in there that I created, but the first, I don't know how many journal articles are all things that were written by Greg Glassman. And it's a compilation of fucking 10,000 pieces of information. At some point in 2018, for some fucking cockamamie, crazy, insane reason, Greg's decided to pull it down from the front. I think he thought that we ruined his journal, that we dumbed it down. But he couldn't have been more wrong. Greg was so fucking off base with that. The thing with CrossFit, CrossFit is it's the truth. And so it needs to be expressed. It can be expressed over and over and over and over tens of thousands of ways, just like any truth. Just like there's some essence of truth in the fact of the unknown and God and religion. And so that's why there's this constant flowering of expression of it. And so there's this truth in CrossFit in terms of the movements, which Greg, who does not believe in God, always gave credit to God for creating. He never created the movements. And there's this truth in the nutritional component, which is the foundation of CrossFit. And because of that, the journal is just Greg thought that people, like when Heber and Mars, and I don't mean to pick on them, when they expressed their version of the truth, he didn't like it. He thought it was a dumbed down version, and he was wrong. He was wrong. He wanted the journal just to talk to the smart people, and that was a fucking huge mistake. And we know now that the smart people are like during the pandemic, the smart people were the dumbest people in the room. They're the ones who caused the most damage. So basically, we had this journal. It was the greatest piece of curation and made content for health and wellness and expression of how you should use your body and treat your body. And since 2018, it's been hidden. It's not on the front end. So at one point, I had got together with Gravitas. They are the publishers of the CrossFit documentaries. And I got together with Gravitas and I put together this proposal with them where we were going to make the journal available on OTTs everywhere in the world. There's like 27 to 35 OTTs around the world. An OTT is the Apple TV, the Hulu, the Amazon Fire. When your Samsung TV has a smart TV and there's apps you can download on the bottom like YouTube or whatever, those are all OTT, over the top. That's like the industry term. And they were going to make OTTs, CrossFit OTTs, for every single fucking platform out there, whether it be Sony TVs, Apple TVs, all that shit, right? Over the top media services. It's how Japan watches TV. It's the only way I watch TV. I only use Apple TV. It's how I get to everything. So they were going to make an app, and they made us a demo app. Them and another company that I had paid $50,000 to made us a demo app for Apple. It was fucking insane. So you could get every single fucking journal article, and it would publish every single day. 95% of the shit in there was free, and you could just watch it on your Apple TV. This was months before the pandemic happened. I had that set up. They scrapped it. All Greg or the CEO at the time had to do is push a button, and that would have launched, and everyone who was trapped at home would have had access to the entire journal. This company, Gravitas, we had arranged a deal for them to help us do that. And if just like 1% of the people who are cable subscribers would have downloaded that app and purchased CrossFit, it would have been $30 million for CrossFit Inc. I had the whole proposal ready. It was like a fucking slam dunk. It's idiot stuff. This chick Erin's been there a year in the journal, which is her the only app. I mean, she doesn't even know what CrossFit is, first of all, but it is CrossFit. The journal is CrossFit. If the L1 trainers are CrossFit in terms of they can, if the L1 seminar staff is the each one of them carries the seed for CrossFit. Like if everyone died and just one L1 seminar staff lived, CrossFit could go on, let's say. Imagine that model. The journal is that in writing. How the fuck is it hidden? How is it not being published in every single day and pushed to the front and a steady drumbeat? One of the things that we did at CrossFit is we went to the L1 seminars a lot, and we gave away all that content for free. And then we also published every day because we wanted it so that if someone went to YouTube and typed in push-up, a CrossFit video would pop up. We wanted to own the airwaves. That's kind of a archaic way of saying it, airwaves, but it used to be by air. We wanted to own the Ethernet. We wanted to own the fiber optic lines. Anything fitness. Thank you, Caleb, for your.
It's a big word.
Yeah, thank you. I knew that a fiber optic line is like the new airwaves, right? We wanted to own the fiber optic lines when anyone typed in anything fitness. There was a guy there, Kevin Daigle, and he was in charge of getting our entire 10,000 piece library up into Amazon so you could buy it, even though it was free over here. And people are like, why are you selling it over there? I'm like, who gives a fuck? We'll sell it here. We'll give it free here, whatever. Like we're going to do it all. That's what's so crazy. Put it on Kindle. Pardon me?
Put it on Kindle.
All that. Yes, we were going. It would be everywhere. But the point is in some places you could buy it, some places you could watch it for free, someplace, whatever you wanted. Like there's tons of shit that I could get for free, like on YouTube, but I still buy it on Apple TV because that's where I watch shit.
It's like buying an audiobook, and then if you like the book, you buy or like getting the audiobook for free and then buying the actual hardcover later.
Yeah. Just give people what they want. And this lady was in office for a year and she didn't do any of it. I don't want to rip on her because probably her hands were tied too. I don't want to rip on her other than the fact that she's woke, other than she pushed the agenda that kept the foot on the black man's neck, hated on the white man, sexualized kids, and ostracized homophobic people or homosexuals under the guise of doing the opposite. I mean, it's some vile shit. But other than that, her hands were probably tied. She probably had no budget. She didn't know what she was doing. She doesn't know what CrossFit is. She was destined to fail.
Do you think they're trying to like create their own database with something else, or do you think they just forgot?
They don't know what, dude. They're out at sea with fucking no oars in the water. Like, here's the thing. You guys have to understand this, what's happening right now at CrossFit Inc. The L1 is so fucking potent and strong and powerful and exciting and generates so much buzz just by anyone going to it that thing, Nicole Carroll's department, is just generating money. Affiliates are coming and going at a high speed. They're losing a lot, and a lot are coming in because 20-year-olds take the fucking L1, and then within 5 years, they're excited to fucking open. And it's just this boat at sea that can't figure out how to grow or where to go or where to point the front or how to expand. And it's just getting tossed and turned while fucking Nicole Carroll fucking makes enough money to keep the whole thing afloat. That is 100% what's happening. Nothing else. And then there's these other fucking idiots making noise like fucking Justin Berg over at the Games Department, like he's going to fucking contribute something. You are not. You are not. And that's basically, so until someone takes control and starts like, and you have to understand CrossFit is a media company because everything's there's nothing. So if you go to this company, Sylvain, that they hired, that CrossFit Inc. hired a company to tell them who they are. That is fucking nuts. This company was built on integrity and authenticity. Sylvain's strategy and design consulting consultancy. As agents of progress, we seek to uncover truth, explore possibility, and create lasting impact. That means nothing. But if you do look at their Instagram account, it's pretty fucking cool. They do make some great design, but these people will never know what CrossFit is. They will not. They will not. And what you would never hire someone, they should have never hired someone on the outside to tell them who they are. That company Sylvain has worked with like Disney, Amazon, Twitter, it's just all the woke sellouts where their only thing is to fucking make money. You can't do that with CrossFit. You have to get it back on track with its integrity, its authenticity, and its honesty. Yeah, there's some cool shit in there. They just work with just douchebags, though. I went to their Instagram account wanting to hate on them, but their shit's actually, I actually like their stuff. But they have no business. They have nothing to. They really have nothing to offer at CrossFit. CrossFit has to find. That's like mascara on a chick. Like if she's 150 pounds, you know, if she's just overweight, she fucking doesn't go to the gym. She fucking hates Jews. I mean, she got other shit to work on. She got to fucking tighten up. She got to stop hating the Jews, and then she can put the mascara on. Sylvain is like way down the road. Like your shit's already tight. CrossFit's not like tight. I'm curious. I told you guys if you guys probably can't afford me, but the plan is so simple to fucking get the boat on track again. It's so fucking easy. You have to be making content out of the level 1. You have to spend $500,000 a year doing 52 $10,000 pieces showing transformation. You have to fucking give the current social media teams some more resources. You have to fucking bring the fucking morons at the fucking games who have no fucking idea what they're doing, that media team, fucking under control. It's the last fucking bastion of the woke over there. And they have the most important forward-facing piece that you have. You got to bring the fucking journal back up. Don't do stupid stuff. Like ask Danielle Brandon to flip the camera off for a photo. Just wait till she does it.
She's going to do it regardless.
Yeah, she's going to do it. Don't make fucking dumbass videos celebrating that your games team is 13 of the 17 employees are women. Like, fuck off. You're dragging it down. You're dragging it down. All you do, they made that when I was there was this fucking crazy Instagram post we made where it showed Marsden running along the side of the athletes as they were sprinting in one of the events, and Marsden's holding a gimbal, and people are like, the world's fastest cameraman. It's like, dude, just if you like, just do shit like that to celebrate the people. There's some beautiful. There were some beautiful shots I remember of Mariah Moore filming with a camera that was 3 times her size on the field of play in Carson. Just show a picture of that. You want to celebrate a fucking tiny hot Mexican chick holding a giant camera? Just show that. You don't have to say shit. We see it. We know.
There's another chick out there that's carrying a crazy camera. Like the lens is like the size of her. I think it's like Meg Sellers or something like that.
I don't know who that is, but yeah, just show that shit. Fuck.
She's like tipping over.
Yeah, they don't even know what a woman is. That's the thing. Isn't that the irony? It's those same fucking woke morons who don't know what women are, but they're celebrating women. It's a fucking mess. It's a joke. But the good news is one by one, all those people are toast. They're toast. The revolution is here. It's been here. There's going to be, it's finally, there's this Taoist saying all problems must flourish before they come to an end. I just didn't think it was going to happen like this. I had no idea that because I was one of those libtards, I had no idea that the fucking haters and the fucking persecutors and the people keeping the black man down, Black Hawk down, the black man down, where I didn't know it was me. I didn't know I had been tricked to do that. Fucking nuts. You want to see an amazing story? Go read Malcolm X's autobiography by Alex Haley wrote it. Kind of weird that it's his autobiography and Alex Haley wrote it. But that is a fucking transformational story about an amazing fucking dude. And the shit he had to come to terms with is fucking hardcore. I think I'm going to get a Malcolm X shirt.
You think we can get Travis to make one?
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. You're right. I wonder if I could steal by any means necessary. And it's my face on Malcolm X's, like, I want to culturally appropriate his hair and like some of his shit, his like swagger.
Be the next newsletter.
Wow, that book is cheap. Yeah, this isn't a fucking incredible book. This book changed my life. I didn't get it when I read it either. Like now I get it more. Now I really get it.
I've been trying to read the Tao, I don't think I get it right now either.
No, it's a lot, right? That's the thing with the Tao. You can't really get it. If you get it, you're like, okay, I must be reading into it. Look, and
It takes a lot of mental capacity to fucking read that shit.
I mean, listen to this fucking retard, Mr. Lao Tzu. Look, and it can't be seen. Huh? If you look, it can't be seen. Listen, and it can't be heard. Reach, and it can't be grasped. Sevan, what do you think of what Chase and Bill are doing by going through the journal one by one on their podcast and chatting about making a binder vision of it? I don't know what that means, but David, I have not watched those, but I'm so excited by it. Excuse me. I'm so excited by it. It's going to be good. Oh, I didn't even put the number up. It's a live call-in show, and I didn't put the number. Sorry, my bad.
It's up there.
Oh, it is? Okay.
People just tired on a Monday, I guess.
Is that it? What if are you in a room that like where patients are seen?
Yeah.
Have you been talked to at all by anyone about the podcast you do from Bahrain or wherever the fuck you are?
No, not really. Everybody's kind of cool about it. As long as I stay out of everybody's way, I think they're pretty cool with it.
Does anyone else have any like side hustles there? Like there's someone there like knitting like scarves and selling them and shit, or?
Well, there's a dude that we found the other day. He like sets up in this common area, and he's got like a whole string of like LED lights and then speakers. He's got like this whole fucking like Twitch stream setup, and he like plays video games, and he takes up probably like a whole room. And if people are getting pissed off with him, and I started to get a little worried that they were gonna just put a house.
He's gonna bring the house down, like be like, okay, no more of that shit.
I know. It's like, bro, you're killing the vibes.
But, hey, that's like the other day. My dad's pretty hardcore liberal, and well, it's weird. I don't know if he is. God, I should figure that out.
You don't know that?
But I mean, I should figure it out. It's a trip. That's a whole nother show. But anyway, we were walking along the beach, and there was a guy there I used to always buy coffee from, and he was gone for 3 months. And then I walked by the other day, and he's there. And I go, dude, you're back. The city let you back? He goes, no. And he goes, as long as I stay in the street, they told me it's okay. So now this guy has his coffee cart in the street, but not on the sidewalk. And so now it's a complete shit show when he's selling the coffee because the way that people line up around him causes fucking chaos, right?
Right.
And I'm like, this is a fucking joke. And he's like, yeah. So as my dad and I walk away, I'm like, man, they should just fucking let this guy go. And my dad goes, if they let this guy go, then there's going to be 20 vendors here. And I'm like, nah, that's not true. Well, on the walk, lo and behold, a little further down, there was someone selling snow cones and ice shavings, with the syrup on them. And then someone else selling fresh coconuts. And I'd never seen that before. And I was like, oh shit, my dad's right.
Here we go.
Turn into India.
Bazaars on every corner.
Yeah. No offense to India. I was in Newport Beach for a long time, 2 weeks, and they have these bathrooms along the beach. This is one of the richest communities I've ever been in, and I've been in some fucking rich communities. I've never been to Monte Carlo, but I spent a lot of time in Beverly Hills, Scottsdale, New York, San Francisco, and Newport Beach has a shitload of money, like crazy money. Like I was in Dubai, and just every car at the hotel is like a $200,000 or $300,000 car, and there's thousands of them just rolling in constantly. But it's like that in Newport with boats. Like everyone has a fucking $1 to fucking $100 million boat, no exaggeration, parked in front of their house. It's fucking bizarre. And boats that are like mansions. And so along the beach, you walk there, and they have bathrooms every mile, let's say. And they're built on the beach, and they're these big, huge concrete structures made out of cinder blocks, and there's a men and a woman side. It looks like a rest area, right? Like, when you drive, it's like one of those, but it's just sitting on the beach. And you go in there, and there's no fucking doors on the stalls. None of them.
I love that.
The only person who would take a shit in a fucking stall with no door is a child, and they don't even want to do it, but they could have their parent protect them like I did, or a homeless person. And yet the reason you don't have the doors on there is to stop from homeless people going in there. You fucking idiots. You fucking idiots.
Person would be a military veteran.
Oh, good, good. That makes me so happy. Like, because you guys do it all the time?
Open door shits all the time.
What do you,
Which is probably equivalent to a homeless person.
Right. So how do you, I'm glad I brought this up on here with you. So there's a point when you're in the military. So I went to a Grateful Dead concert one time and I took some mushrooms and I was not a fucking hippie at the time. I was wearing like a 49er hat and the guy I was with was wearing a Raider hat and another guy I was with was wearing a Dallas Cowboys hat. And we all took mushrooms and we went in there. I think this was my first year at City College. And I remember going, we're the only 3 people in here with fucking baseball caps on. We're the only people in here who like we look like we were like wannabe NWA guys, 3 white kids. And everyone else was a fucking hippie. And my buddy looks at me and goes, hey dude, and I'm tripping. He goes, you can either trip or you can go with it. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go with it. and I just sat on the stairs and melted into the stairs and let people like walk past me for hours. It was fucking crazy. And it was good. It was a great trip. But is it like that with shitting? So at some point you're in the military and you're like, okay,
you just stop caring because you all have to shower together and you're like within 6 inches of each other, just fucking lathering yourself up to get in the shower. And then sometimes like a lot of times you don't have a bathroom like stall like the walls, so you're just shitting on toilets with open walls and doors, and then out here it's like it's not ideal, so it's kind of the same thing.
And so when you're in there and you don't have a door and there's a guy next to you or guys, let's say you have to fart, you just let them rip. You just let it rip.
Yep. Yeah.
And you actually become comfortable with it. They're like they're enjoyable shits.
Yeah, pretty much. You just have people to talk to you the whole time. So like if you don't have your phone on you, like you can't just like
you talk to people while you're shitting? Yeah,
of course.
Wow.
I can't like read the back of my shampoo. Like,
wow.
You just talk to the dude a couple stalls down or whatever. And
I would only, incoming text message. I talk to my wife while I'm shitting. My kids.
That's the kind of relationship.
The bathroom in our bedroom doesn't even have a fucking door. It's one of those bathrooms it has no door. Like you just walk into it.
Yeah.
And I always ask my wife, like, if I'm going to shit one of the other bathrooms in the house, I ask her, hey, is anyone coming over? And she says no, and then I never shut the door. But I don't know if I've ever.
You just
Caleb, what are we going? What are we doing later? I don't know. You want to go out for a spin in the Humvees? Sure, yeah. Sure, that's cool. Let's swing by and get some caffeine first.
Yeah.
All right.
That's when you find out who wipes front to back and back to front too.
Wow. I actually thought about asking that, but I didn't want to bring that up. Wow.
And then who stands when they wipe and who sits when they wipe.
Wow. They're standers?
Yeah, for sure. Because think about it. If you're going to sit and wipe, like you kind of I don't know how you do it because then your whole arm's dirty, right?
I guess, but so you're a stander. My thought is that if I have to stand to wipe, it like pushes the butt cheeks together and creates a mess.
No, I feel like if you're sitting, your butt cheeks are squished together. No.
All right. I'll have to be.
Also,
I'm kind of open to each his own about this.
If there's an open urinal, I'm using it, dude. Sorry, I gotta piss.
I'm like that too. Like, fuck you.
Hey, get over it, buddy.
Yeah. And what sucks about urinals is all the different heights. If they're too low, they splash. And there's
no standard.
No standard. And you can tell, this is going to be, whoever designed the urinal, you're a fucking idiot. Because only 10% of the urinals don't cause splatter. And that means someone figured it out. I don't want to finish pissing and look at my pants and it looks like someone's fucking sprayed it with a mister.
Yes. Exactly.
Like, dude.
Have you ever thought about it? Like when you're holding it, like like all of your arms are just getting covered in urine.
Yes.
So if you don't do like a full fucking scrub in the arms, you're carrying that into dinner. You're carrying it into bed. All of it. You're fucked.
I went to the bathroom one time and came out. I was wearing some Lululemon pants and they were blue and I didn't realize it. And I came out and they were, it looked like I pissed in my pants. And there were like fucking 20 people there. And Greg said something to me out loud in front of all of them, like, Jesus Christ. Did any of it make it in the toilet? I was like, fuck.
God damn it.
Fuck. I got to stop. I want to ignore this guy. Why do I click on his shit? Who is this guy? Jeff. No more Jeff.
I don't know.
Someone give him a wrench so he can ban himself. Sevan, answer this. Answer what? Call into the show and ask me. There is a if you don't get the newsletter, you should get the newsletter. You would go to the Sevan Podcast, the sevanpodcast.com, sign up for the newsletter. And every newsletter, there are two things that we try to promote for sure. Every newsletter, I believe. One of them is the L1, and one of them is the Larger Bodies seminar, which is brand new. And it is awesome. Everyone I've talked to who's gone to it has loved it. It has been organized, created, curated, and being continued to worked on by the creator and founder of it, Athena. And I'm trying to think, what is the, I think that they have their inauguration maybe this weekend. Let me see. Do you know what the seminar is called? Larger.
The one that Athena's running? I can't remember.
Yeah. And you know what they're doing? They're taking this seminar has already picked up quite a bit of steam, and they're taking it to Brazil. I think they already have 50 people signed up. Here we go.
Is it Scale Nation?
Scale Nation was definitely the group. I know that was the Facebook group. Athena Perez builds course aimed at educating coaches about working with larger bodied athletes. I'm looking for the exact, looking for a link to it. Oh, she also has a pretty amazing book that I read when I had her on the air.
Working with larger bodies.
Did you find the website to sign up? She has a book called Lifting the Weight. I highly recommend this book. And she has an amazing voice, and you should get the audio book. It's called Lifting the Weight, WAIT. And, oh, yes, working with, oh, so she's here in the comments. Austin, Saturday, September 10th.
Thanks,
Dude,
Athena.
this is someone who has taken the CrossFit journey and just fucking run with it, and now giving back in I don't even know what this means. Giving back in spades. I don't know what that means, but I think it sounds fancy. So we publish a link to her seminar in our newsletter, and we publish, and obviously I had to have sent 1,000 people to the L1, and the L1, well, I shouldn't say no one, but I don't get any money from that. And Athena sent me money.
She did?
Yeah, I didn't cash it. She sent me like an electronic check, and I never cashed it because I just want to do it. But for the people that have signed up where she can track them where they came through the newsletter, she would send me a cut. I did not accept it. It's not because I don't want the money. I want the money. It's just not part of the deal.
She's also hella nice.
Yeah, and she's just starting, and I'm just starting. Like that shit has to I don't want to take from that. I want to give to it and make sure it grows. When you're selling 1,000 a weekend, I do want a large cut. Then I want a large cut. Okay, where are we? Back to the. So we know. So another executive gone. This executive they called her the chief marketing officer. When I was there, I was called the executive director of the media department. She is part of what they call the C-suite, meaning she's at the highest level below the investors in the board. So the C-suite would be the chief financial officer. That's the chick Allison, who I suspect won't be there much longer. And the CEO Dan Fall is in that group. What the irony is, or the bizarreness is, I don't think Nicole Carroll is in that group, and yet she's probably the most qualified. Anyway, so this girl's gone. I don't know where she'll go. I'm sure she'll go to some other, but she was the one that came from Waze, the app. She was the chief marketing officer over there. Waze is that app that like tells you where to turn if there's traffic. I don't know if they'll replace her. If they do replace her, God, they better do it from within. You just need, speaking of heart transplants, you need someone, you put a new heart inside of this person and you forgot to fucking hook up all the arteries. So it's just fucking sitting in there and blood splattering everywhere. At least like promote someone from within so they can get the original shit back up and running, like the journal, like the OTT. They finish the OTT project. Get someone who's when Greg sold the company and Andrew Weinstein's going to be gone soon for sure. These are all there's this club in there. There's this group, this like of allies, the woke allies. Andrew Weinstein, Trish, the HR girl, Allison, Aaron. One by one, you guys are toast. Go woke, go broke. Nicole Carroll is not in the C-suite because she actually provides value to CrossFit. C-suite is for worthless employees. Understood. Imagine that. I'm going to invite Nicole Carroll on the show. I've invited her before. The only reason why I don't bug her incessantly is because I'm a little bit intimidated by her, and not intimidated by her. I don't want rejection. It's like asking like the pretty girl to the dance or asking like, one of your friends to spend the night, and I just don't want them to say no. But fuck.
Gotta ask the parents first.
I asked Bill Henniger to be on the podcast. I asked Katie to be on the podcast.
Did you get ghosted?
No.
Okay, good.
I don't think Bill Henniger's ever done a podcast.
I don't think so.
Dear Bill.
There's like barely any information on him anywhere. I try to Google him and there's like nothing.
Dear Bill, I would like a Stairmaster, and that's a big ask, right? Dear Bill Henniger and Kate, maybe I should dear Katie. Dear Bill and Katie.
Mr. and Mrs. Henniger.
I used to have a little bit of a crush on Katie. I never said that out loud. It was a little more than a little bit. Because she won the 2008 CrossFit Games.
Oh, yeah. She's like, makes sense.
That's when I was a child and I used to have crushes.
You grow out of that?
I wonder if my wife knew that I had a crush on her. Yeah, kind of. I did. I kind of do. I kind of only have eyes for my wife now. My wife's awesome. I'm not just saying that. Should we, I wonder if we should revisit. Every show I was thinking about visiting Kanye's Instagram.
So I just saw some stuff about Kanye recently.
Oh, well, let me finish my love letter to Bill and Katie. Dear Bill and Katie, it was crazy too because I was already with my wife. Like she was my hardcore girlfriend. I knew I was going to be with her my whole life. But when I saw Katie win the games, I kind of had a crush on her. And I think Bill was her coach then. I don't even think they were dating. But then quickly after that, they were dating and they began to build the rogue empire. No, Katie's not my spank bank. Only my wife's in my spank bank. That's how I kind of know. By the way,
I don't
know if I should go off on that right now, but when I met my wife, even like it took me 5 years to get with her, but I always have just thought about my wife. The only person in my spank bank is my wife. It's weird. I'm just all about my wife. I'm not saying that in like to be some goody goody. It just is that way. I just can't help it. I just want to be with her. she's so awesome. We'll fucking end the show and go fucking and get in the spank bank. The crazy thing now is my kids are like starting to like get a little protective over it. And so I can't help but, when you know something's going to piss someone off. So like, so if they're like watching TV, I'll just be in the kitchen and I'll start hugging and kissing my wife. And I'm like, hey boys, what do you want to do after the show? And they look over and they fucking lose their shit. Ari will actually come run over. Don't touch her. I fucking get off my wife. So dear Bill and Katie, I would like a Stairmaster, and I'm concerned about the ropes that I purchased 5 years ago because they've been outside. I purchased like 7 15-foot ropes for my rig, and I'm concerned that one day I'm going to be climbing them and they're going to snap. Please give me a significant discount that a poor podcaster like me can afford. Thank you. And I should probably offer something, right, in return. And in return, I'll kick Katie out of the spank bank. No, she's not in the spank bank. She's not in the spank bank.
I promise.
In return, I have fucking nothing to return. I can't give you guys anything. You guys have everything. I would also like more shit. I would like to get access to the Rogue Invitational. I would like to send 2 or 3 people there with iPhones to film like behind the scenes stuff and cool shit like that. Thank you. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Katie.
This is a good trade.
Katie was never in the spank bank either. I didn't let her in, so don't believe the rumors. In return, you can let them sponsor the show. Ah, well, yes. Thank you, Wadzam.
That's a great investment.
Yes. I don't know. I'm obsessed with the Stairmaster. It's going to be one of those things I purchase here soon anyway.
How long do you go on the Stairmaster?
I don't know, but here's the truth. The 100% truth. Because Matt Fraser uses it, I want it.
You want one of those
I do. I want one of those too. I don't think my garage has so many little knick-knack things like that I did not pull the trigger on that. That is within reach of me. I could like probably buy that today, but I check my piggy bank. But the Stairmaster, fuck. Just the fact that Matt talks about it, the way he talks about it. Hiller and I, when we were together, we were brainstorming shows. I go, you know what show would fucking kill? Is just start doing shows promoting shit you want to buy off of the Rogue website. Their website's so beautiful. Do the top 10 things that you would, if money was no object, you'd buy. Do the top 10 things that you would buy if you wanted to start doing CrossFit. Do the top 10 things you should not buy. I mean, just fucking do a fucking whole milk that site is so dope.
They just installed a new weight room at like University of Maryland or something, and it looks incredible. Like I remember when they just like first started doing like outfitting colleges.
Oh, Rogue did it. Rogue did it. How do you know? Can you pull it up? How do you know?
Yeah, I think they posted about it.
Elisa Carr Redow. Stairmasters are awesome, and Jacob's Ladder if you use it correctly. The thing, you're not gonna like this, Elise, but I'm gonna tell you. But don't tell anyone else. The reason why I want the Stairmaster is because I think I can watch TV at the same time, like I do on the assault bike, so that like I can be doing research on podcasts I'm gonna do. I like to go in there late at night, like at 10 o'clock. Let's say I was going to have Khalib on. I would go in there at 10 o'clock the night before and watch a podcast that he did while I sit on the assault bike and just drench sweat. Yeah. And so if I got the Jacob's Ladder, I don't think I could do that. The Stairmaster is fucking. Okay. I feel you. I don't know what that means, but I feel you. I feel it.
It must have been a story, but it's crazy. It's fucking wild.
Stairmaster, it's Sevan. It's not the Stairmaster. You're wanting to be like Matt Fraser. I think I want to be more like Rich Froning. And I think the Stairmaster is the way to it. I am not obsessed with Matt. You are, this is not correct.
Here it is.
Wow.
Dude, it's beautiful.
Is that just plays automatically, that slideshow?
Yeah, it's just a reel I think they created.
Wow. I don't approve of the reel. It's jank, but it's cool. That's cool. Look at those bars. What bars are those?
I don't know. I've never seen those before. I was gonna wait.
Wow, that's incredible. That room is incredible. Hey,
Yeah, no
that's
doubt.
not one of those universities where they tell you can't deadlift.
Yeah, no way. Did Will Plummer? He was talking about how at his school they wouldn't let him do any Olympic lifting. They won't let him do Olympic lifting or deadlifts or anything like pulling off the ground because they said it's too dangerous.
It's fucking silly. How sweaty do your headphones get? They get sweaty. I'm sure that's the thing. Oh, what's Jeff again? I don't want to click on Jeff. Got one used for like $2K. You do have one, Gabe? PAPERSTCOFFEE.com. Paperstreetcoffee.com. Don't spell out street. Do not spell out street. It's just ST. Paperstreetcoffee.com. Use the code word Sevan. Get 10% off. When I first started talking to Gabe, he said that it was just a hobby of his. Then I spoke to him the other day. He was on the air, and he says it's getting close to not being a hobby.
Dude, he's been sending me coffee out here, and it's like everybody loves it.
J-O-B. Oh, Gabe, I'm down to my last bag. Speaking of which, thank you.
People keep asking where it's coming from. I'm like, it's from the show. You're welcome.
Does he grind your shit, or did you get it as beans?
I get it as beans.
Yeah, I get it as beans too. And then how do you have a grinder there?
Yeah, I just have a little like hand crank grinder.
Wow. Hey, you should force yourself to use your left hand.
Oh yeah, left-handed.
So you get balance. I saw something this morning when I woke up that I'm a little bit embarrassed about, but I'm also really excited about. I saw that. So the other day, Andrew Hiller, when after the show was over, we stayed on StreamYard for like 20 minutes and just chatted. And I showed him my Three Plane Brothers YouTube station. And he was like, holy shit, you fucked up. You shouldn't have done podcasts. You should have kept pushing this Three Plane Brothers thing. This thing would be huge. Because I just kind of stopped making videos of the brothers. And today he released a video talking about my kids and that YouTube station, the Three Plane Brothers. It's called Who Will Win the CrossFit Games Next? I don't think my kids will win the CrossFit Games in 2032, but they really are spectacular. It's weird going out with them because if you go out with them, we will always get stopped. Always by lots of people. People want to come over and talk about them. And it's because they do like they look cool, but they also do just trippy shit. And they're polite, but they like if you go to the coffee shop, they'll jump or climb on something, and everyone's like, "Whoa, what the fuck is going on?" Yeah, these dudes. And because they're dressed like girls.
It's metrosexual, right?
Hey, so I got him. Those were too tight, and I got him bigger stretch pants now. And now the stretch pants he has are baggy on him around his waist, but not on his thighs and his ass because they're so fucking crazy developed. And the other day, I took him to tennis, and his tennis instructor, who's as serious as a heart attack, never cracks a joke. He goes, "Those pants are a little loose, huh?" Like finally after 2 years, he's like letting me know, like, hey, the pants you put on your kids are too tight. Like, you put fucking stretch pants on your boys. Fucking idiot.
Oh my God.
Mud water is superior to whatever. You're a jackass.
This fucking Jeff guy.
Jeff. Yeah, right. When gyms were trying to sell all their shit because they were closed, I pick one up. Jeff reminds me of how I felt about Andrew Hiller back in the day. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow morning show is going to be crazy. I wonder if I should invite someone on to like fight with Brian. Like I should have Rich Froning, like maybe he'll come on and be like, what the fuck you mean I'm not at the top?
Maybe get Pat on.
Oh, Pat. I do want to have Pat on. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Brian will tell us who the 30 best CrossFitters of all time in the world are. Dudes, penises, gackum balls in the front, meat and potatoes. It's going to be good. And, you know, he says to me too, like he goes, well, there's not a lot of changes. Who cares? Even one change is awesome. Even one.
Depends on who it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be, it's good. It's going to be good. And this thing doesn't change. This one doesn't change a lot. I think we've only done this show once before. I wonder how often this changes. But I'm pretty fucking excited. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. Down at the bottom too. I think the first year he only went 10 or 20. And then there were some like honorable mentions, and this year it's going to 30. I would rock the shit out of a Cardigan CEO shirt. By the way, I'm wearing these pants again today. I don't know how to describe these pants. I got them. They're my first joggers I've ever had. They're from a company called Primo. I was turned on to them by Blaine Barber. These pants, oh, wow. I don't usually use the word gay to describe something, but if I were to go to a gay bar, I would for sure wear these pants. Or if I went out with my gay friends, I would go out with them. They just put me in touch with like they put me in touch with my masculinity. They're just so fucking nice. Do golfers wear them? Golfers. I mean, you see the way those guys dress. It's like just these pants are so nice. They're like Lululemons to the next level. Lululemons were feminine. These are like homo masculine. I can't explain it, but they're dope. Even my sister even made a comment, but she did say they look really good on me, but she said that it looks like, you know, maybe I bat for both teams, which I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine with. Hello, caller. Hi.
What's up, guys?
What's up, dude?
What's up?
Y'all doing all right today?
Richard.
Yeah.
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm good. What about y'all?
Having fun. I have 17 more minutes left with Khalib, and then I'm going to jiu-jitsu with my kids, and then I'm free all day, and it's going to be a fucking great day because it's going to be hot, and I have some friends in town, and my sister's in town. I think I'm going to go to the beach, and I'm like approaching 36 hours of fasting because so I get to eat today because I didn't eat all day yesterday. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited.
What you gonna have?
My wife, as we're speaking, is blending a pound of raw beef with 3 dates and a third of a cube of butter, and I'll go in the house and sprinkle some salt on that. Wow, Caleb, good job holding a straight face as I say all this. And I'm gonna sprinkle some salt on it and eat it. Just a pound of raw meat.
Yeah. Well, how are you? I'm thinking about I'm supposed to put some pork tenderloins on the smoker, so I'll think about you in a little while while I eat those.
Thank you. How's your sister doing?
She's doing good. She's she's good right now. She's got an appointment like I don't know, the middle of the month to go back to Birmingham down here in Alabama, and I think they've got to do some tests to see like check the pressure in her lungs, and because that was the big thing to start with. They were talking about doing like a double lung replacement and heart transplant if they couldn't get the pressure down in her lungs, but they think they may be able to just go with a heart transplant. So
is she going to like the University of Alabama hospital?
Yeah.
That's a fantastic hospital. It's a great hospital.
You're not just saying that to make him feel better?
No, I'm dead serious. That's a great hospital.
Hey, what happens to her heart, her old heart, that she needs a new one?
Well, so we've got me and my sister and my dad. We've all got, I think it's hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which is just like the thickening of the walls of the heart. And, you know,
I have that on my penis. I have that on my penis.
Yeah.
I have the thickening of the walls of my penis.
That's
regularly.
good, I guess,
Regularly, it's a problem. Since I've been in high school, it's been a problem.
But over time, it just gets stiff in the middle, and the blood doesn't pump from one side to the other as efficient. And I mean, like, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, she had a episode where she was feeding the dogs or something. She had to sit down in the yard, and she woke up where she had passed out, and her defibrillator had shocked her, woke her back up. But I think they said her heart rate had got up to like 270, about 270. So if she wouldn't have had the defibrillator, it would have, she would have probably died. But
how long has she had that?
So yeah, she's had it since she was 16. So
oh wow,
she's 43 now. But I've had one since 2015, and then my dad, he's had one for, I don't know, probably 14, 15 years, something like that. But
did you say you have one, Richard?
Yeah, I've got a defibrillator. Yeah.
You, your dad, and your sister all have defibrillators.
Yeah.
Has yours ever had to save your life?
No, mine had never went off. I had never had any kind of, which just got a pacemaker built in too. But every time I go to the doctor every 6 months, they check it, and I've not had any kind of, it doesn't even have to pace for me. So it's more of like a preventative thing for me, as far as just in case something happens, it's there to save my life, I guess. But, it's just, they've done some genetic testing and all, and which I have another sister. She doesn't have the heart problem, which I've got a little girl. We've done the genetics testing on her, and they said she doesn't carry the gene for it. So that's the good part about it,
Oh, congratulations! That's awesome.
Yeah.
How long did your grandfather live till?
He lived until I think he was 82.
Oh, okay.
But I think it came from my dad's mother's side, because she died when he was 3. And that was back in like 62 or something like that. It was just one of those things. They were in there laughing and playing in the bedroom, and next thing you know, she fell over dead. And, back then they didn't really have any idea of what went on. But I think that's what happened with that was, heart rate got up too high, and, she just never woke back up. But
Richard's
sorry to make this a serious show, but
Richard's sister's name is Stephanie Weems, Weems. You can Google her name, find her GoFundMe page, and donate to her getting a new ticker. Fuck. How long does she have before she has to get it?
Well, she's number 4 on the list. So they that could change at any time, but
so she's just waiting for 4 people to die, and she'll get a call, and that's it. She goes. Pretty much,
I guess. She's which she could move up on the list if
someone's gonna die Labor Day weekend from drunk driving for sure. She's gonna be number 2 by fucking tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
If they get a heart that doesn't match with some of the others, then she may move up the list. But it's about a 3.5 hour drive from where we are, so she's got like a 4.5 hour window to get there. So they told her pretty much to have her bags packed and be ready to go at any time. So
why? Because as soon as they get the heart, it has to go in. It can't get old.
Yeah, I think they've got a certain, I guess I got a certain time limit on it, I guess. But I don't know. Caleb probably knows more than I do on that.
What were you gonna say about drinking, drunk drivers' hearts, Caleb? Are those no good?
Yeah, usually if they're like donate certain organs, depend. I mean, you have to be a pretty healthy individual to give away your organ. You also have to like pass away or die from like something not super traumatic, which is, I mean, it's not saying it happen. There's plenty of people that die like that all the time, but
you could get decapitated in a car accident and your body still be okay and your heart still be good.
Yeah, probably.
Decapitated. Oh, Caleb just broke up. Richard, thanks for calling in, brother. Enjoy your pork tenderloins. I'll be thinking about you.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, giving a shout out, and I appreciate all you guys. You guys do a good job.
I appreciate
Keep up the good work.
Richard Margarine. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Richard.
All right, man.
Bye.
All right, man. Thank you.
Is this a CrossFit show or a medical call-in show? God damn it, Jeff. It's not a CrossFit show. Ever think this is a CrossFit show? Not even tomorrow when Brian's on here, it's a CrossFit show. It's a show to pay the bills so my fucking kids can go to jiu-jitsu and so I can express my temper tantrums about being fired from CrossFit.
Is this therapy for you?
Sometimes it is. That's for sure. Okay, no bathroom dolls on the stalls. So we don't. You don't. Newport needs them, right? They're not soldiers, right? Or do you?
Yeah. No, Newport needs them in your stalls for sure.
Good. Okay. Fine. Newport gets stalls. Okay, 326. I don't know what this one is. It just says Biden. I think that's referring to Joe Biden or maybe Hunter Biden, maybe Jill Biden, but it's a Biden. It's a show about nothing. Maybe no thing. I would go. Oh, this is insane, you guys. This guy is fucking running for fucking governor. This is insane.
The perks of Florida.
Sure.
I cover the White House normally. Will we be seeing you in Florida? Do you want Biden to come and campaign with you?
Absolutely. Listen, look what Joe Biden's done for our President Biden, forgive me, has done for our country. He's been exceptional. Look what he's done for the world. I mean, what's happening? Him bringing NATO together, new members to NATO, Finland, Sweden. It's remarkable. The EU. I mean, what other president could have done what he's done? He's been phenomenal. Gas prices are down. Inflation is trending down. Democracy is trending up. I'm running against a guy who's against democracy. He doesn't support mail-in ballots. He doesn't support African Americans and their right to vote. Joe Biden supports all of that. He's a good man. He's a great man. He's a great president. I can't wait for him to get down here. I need his help. I want his help. And he's the best I've ever met. I know this man.
You're talking about the perks of.
So there's people who've said that Donald Trump is racist, and I've looked for it. Joe Biden is openly racist. Like you can just go online, just go to Google and just start perusing. And he's saying DeSantis is against. Like I don't want to defend DeSantis. But like, dude, are you out of your fucking mind? No offense to Joe Biden's an insult to people with Down syndrome. He is a fucking marshmallow, googly gook fucking mess. He's dysfunctional. He's not even like he's not. I would be willing to debate that he's not a man. If the woke crowd wants to go with he's a woman, or maybe that's not nice. What a mess. Sorry, I know he's your commander-in-chief, Caleb, and I don't mean to diss him, but he is...
It's okay. We're all concerned.
He's... And I don't mean to pick on the geriatric. I don't care. Actually, I don't care. I'll pick on the geriatric. I don't care. But like, if you're a retard, you're a retard. It's just the way it is. Like, don't be in denial. Like, he's a retard.
I feel like he's just doing that just to try to get some clout.
That guy's running for fucking governor.
It's probably why he's saying those things, just so somebody will listen to him.
So you don't think he really believes that? You think he knows he's lying?
Part of me wants to. He's just bullshitting.
Okay. Okay. That was so bad. I can't believe CNN gives people the bandwidth for that. I don't know what 319 is. I didn't write anything about it. Maybe we can 319. I erased 320. See what I'm a little scared.
Me too.
Oh, this is insane. This is insane. Have you seen this, Caleb?
No, I haven't.
This is fucking insane. And so this is the thing you have to understand. So this is why I get so angry with the woke. This is why I go after fucking the DEI council at fucking CrossFit, Weinstein, all those people. I lump them all up, whether it's right or wrong. I lump them all up with people like this. This is the same methodology of confusing people that Andrew Weinstein's used, that Allison chick has used, Trish, all those fucking idiots over there. They come from that woke mob where they think they can just change the definition of words like gender versus sex. And I know the right's equally as fucking retarded when it comes to fucking using those words wrong. And by the way, if you don't see the importance of using those words correctly, you're part of the problem. You should start using those words correctly. You should definitely not talk shit about people like me who fucking explain why it's important to use those words correctly, because it's because of that everything's fucked up. Gender is in your imagination. It's between your ears, and sex is on the outside, and it's real. It allows us, it's a signifier for something that's real that we can agree upon. No one could ever agree on gender. When you see the words on a bathroom sign, all genders are welcome, that's idiot talk. Of course, all genders are welcome. They've always been welcome. It means that when you walk into this bathroom, you can think whatever you want. There's no way they can stop that. Gender's just thinking. It's just thinking. It's like saying, it's just thinking. What it should say is, this bathroom is designed for people with penises. This bathroom is designed with people with vaginas. That's why the man and women characters signify that. That's it. And so this is the kind of talk. By the way, this is a great Instagram account. Everyone should follow it. Gays Against Groomers. Everyone should follow this. This is fucking nuts. These are these people this is the woke crew. This is the left trying to fucking normalize pedophilia. That means 50-year-old men having anal sex with 4-year-old boys. That's what pedophilia is. That's what pedophilia is.
Minor attracted persons.
I'm just going to pump the brakes right there, because allowing language control to enter the scene is what causes the slippery slope to begin. Do not let language be controlled. These are not minor attracted persons. These are pedophiles. But let's continue watching.
Because they are probably the most vilified population of folks in our culture. And most folks are making incorrect assumptions about them without actually knowing much about them. And those assumptions create harm for an already marginalized population.
They are lucky that our assumptions are the only things bringing them harm right now. But please do continue.
This term simply means that the person has an enduring sexual or romantic attraction to minors. They've not chosen this attraction, just as the rest of us have not chosen whatever our attraction is.
And that right there is why I bring up language control and why this is so important. Saying it in the same terminology as we don't choose our attractions as adults, saying that in terms of pedophilia is extremely dangerous. Let's be clear. Pedophilia is not a sexual orientation. It is a mental illness. It is a disease that requires treatment. It is not normal and it should not be accepted. You cannot comply with this language control, and you cannot comply with self-censorship. This is dangerous and it has to be addressed.
Today, I want to talk about...
And it's the victim mindset again. I don't choose. I don't choose to eat a Snickers bar every night before I go to bed. I don't choose to fucking ass rape a fucking 4-year-old boy. This shit is fucking nuts. Fucking nuts. Hey, I love the idea of fucking going to the store. I love the idea of watching a bank robbery movie and then fucking getting 10 of my friends together and getting all the guns and robbing a bank. I love the idea of that. That sounds awesome. I would never fucking do it in 100 million years because I don't want to get killed. I don't want to kill anyone, but just robbing a bank sounds fun and exciting. Riding in there on fucking horseback, having guns on my side, but I don't do it. I don't fucking do it.
What is this, Tombstone?
I've always wanted to rob a bank since I was a little kid. It sounded crazy. Have a fucking car, a muscle car waiting outside with Vin Diesel. I run in. And while I'm grabbing the money, some chick's like, "You're cute." And I fucking squeeze her ass. Get her number. fucking they don't have a choice. I mean, just as soon as you hear that, it's just imagine using that. Your Honor, I sodomized 64 boys. I did not have a choice. Hey, dude, the left went after Kyle Rittenhouse for killing 3 white guys when one of them was running down the street screaming, kill. And you know he said that word. Kill. You know that word. Kill all the... It's that racial epithet. You know what he said. Then he ran up to Kyle Rittenhouse and attacked Kyle Rittenhouse, and Kyle Rittenhouse shot him from the seated position because he got knocked down by this guy. And then when we look into it, that guy had been released from prison earlier that morning for sodomizing fucking 7 boys or something between the ages of 4 and 13. Like, shut the fuck up. And
But
that,
he didn't have a
and
choice.
sorry, and I'm so say it again, Khalid.
I said, but he didn't have a choice. It's just what he does.
He didn't. Thank you. Yes. But I didn't have a choice. Right. That's what I see. That's all the people on the left. That's what those are the people they're defending. They're
Imagine
the
somebody
victim
saying
mindset.
that to, like, after their kid just got sodomized. Oh, but I didn't have a choice. Like I could give a fuck, dude. You're dead.
I don't care if you're attracted to fucking little boys. I don't care if I want to rob a bank. It's not okay. We have rules for a reason. Fuck you. It doesn't justify. There's no slippery slope. There's no room. That's why it's fucking open hate season right now on all races, all ethnicities. It's open hate season because we let in a little bit of room and we called it affirmative action. And the whole victim mindset and everything proliferated. And it's like a little bit's not okay. In the name of goodness. It's okay. They're marginalized. That means nothing either. So what if you're marginalized? Think of every time someone from the left says that, they want you to bring a whole narrative to it. I don't care if you're marginalized. That should not matter. Will you look up that word for me real quick? Marginalized. Fuck, I gotta go. I'm going to read this definition of this word and that word, and I gotta go. I'm attracted to John Young, but I don't act on it. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. That's the first cool thing he said. Tell me what you want to do to John Young. I want to hear what you want to do to him, though. You see, marginalized, a person or group treated insignificant or peripheral. So what? Yeah, you mean like kids? You mean like when kids talk at the dinner table? Shut the fuck up. The adults are talking. It's okay to marginalize people. Of course, there's marginalized people. When I went to the Dead concert and I was wearing a 49er hat, I was marginalized. So what? It means nothing. And they want you to bring this whole fucking narrative to that every time someone uses that word. That triggers their emotions. I know no one wants to hear it. I hear you. Ooh, I know. I saw my sister in the comments saying she fucking turned the show off. I don't have a choice in finding pedophiles disdainable scum that need to be purged from the society. I know. My wife doesn't want me to say anything that leads to people getting hurt or anger, so I always just say this. I put them in a fucking rocket ship and shoot you to Pluto. Sevan, you wear hats but no shoes? I wore shoes back then too. I have no idea. I think it's both. Here's the thing. I think honestly, I think you take all the women off the planet and all of us are butt fucking each other in fucking 30 days. Dudes recalibrate so quick. That's the thing. The whole thing, if we want to be completely honest about it, it's I hate to fucking just go down this because I was being so articulate, but men are disgustoids. My friend told me one time, if a man does something sexually that fucking shocks you, you don't understand men. That still doesn't give you an excuse to fuck with boys. Yeah, fuck you. We have to protect our boys and our girls, of course. Of course. Okay. Send them to Uranus instead. That's fine. God, Jeff. How are you always in the fucking up on the screen? Richard Margarine. Paper Street Coffee. What do you recommend? Medium roast. Love you. Khalid, thanks for coming on the show. Guys, see you tomorrow morning for the 30 best CrossFitters who ever fucking lived, who have penises. Those are men. And this is not